Hey everybody, Asher here, back with more FTL Faster Than Light Captain's Edition, where last time we unceremoniously lost. And once again, a one video run here, so we're going to be doing a new game today, and we're just going to be doing a random ship here. And we'll do it the Stealth A, I guess. That's pretty interesting enough. We did a Stealth B run before. We'll do this as essentially the Sneaker. Yeah, that seems like a terrible name that we're going to do. The Stealth B, or the Stealth A, actually in Captain's Edition is surprisingly similar to the other stealth ship. It has a hull beam, which is a fast charging beam, more powerful when targeting empty sectors and everything. So it does require 2 power instead of 1. So that's why we start with 3 weapon power. But it has 10 seconds, and I'd say it's still pretty powerful. And then you have a burst scatter laser Mark 1, fires spreading projectiles to bring down shields and other weapons. Notice that it does normal damage but no system damage. So that does change the way we have to play the stealth ship just a little bit. We'll see how this goes. So as usual, we're going to be socializing with our crew here early on. Let's talk to the humanoid crew, and he has surprisingly conservative views. Haha, in space! Maybe it's really a rebel sympathizer. I don't know. We're just flying on here. We'll see what we can start with. Giving 3 fuel seems like a good idea. Now, we could try and loot the ship, but that's an act of piracy, so we're not going to do that. Let's go and give fuel, and we get a reactor upgrade by 1, which unfortunately the mod doesn't have spaces for that, but hey, whatever. Still a pretty good start. Now, a derelict freighter is floating near the beacon and contains something valuable. Let's attempt to salvage it. Or who knows what dangers lie. So we attempt to salvage it. And we get our fuel back plus a little more. Now here is an asteroid field. We don't like that. Now remember, the stealth ship starts with long-range scanners. And our good old-fashioned titanium plating. One of those is going to get sold. And look, this is a totally new... What the hell is this thing? It's just holding its guns all the way out here. That doesn't seem right. You discover one of the rebels' autonomous satellite turns to station AI. Waste no time in engaging your ship. So what I should have done here was gone ahead and had everything powered up ahead of time. Fortunately, these lasers, that is an actual burst laser too, so it is a little, it could eventually be a little bit of a problem. But we did already take 1 shot. And this is when we cloak. And we still got hit. Wow. Okay. 90% evade does mean that we will get hit some of the time, but let's go ahead. How long is our hull beam? Still not very long. Alright, well, we do want to damage these systems just a little bit, so let's go ahead and try and do that. We want to hit the shields, and we want to hit this part. Unfortunately, the way this loadout is, I can't take all the damage here, so... Wow, actually it resisted damage, so that really sucks. Now we could be in a little bit more trouble, especially because I just automated my weapon fire like a moron. Okay, honorably accept the surrender of the AI. Please do not murder me. Rebel forced me to do this. I cannot escape my programming. Okay, so if it surrenders, will it actually give us stuff? I'm kind of curious to see, or you can send it to Silicon Hell. You send an acceptance message with satellite load weapons again, and when you depower yours, this seems to be a badly executed distraction. Well, fantastic. That's nice. Now we know not to trust the AI when it's trying to do things like this. Let's see if we can actually take it out here. There we go. So still taking a little bit of hull damage. And the satellite explodes violently. You receive a stored message. Syntax error. You collect some scrap. That's pretty funny. Okay, now we know don't trust the computer. So that's not going to work again. Let's go ahead and go to the store. Might as well. Could have tried to heal Leon and everything, but you consider dealing with the trader. We get consumer goods, space rations, or assortment of luxury goods. These are things that we could potentially sell later. So you transfer the scrap. While your crew loads the cargo, you have to look at ship equipment. The time passes, so fleet pursuit doubles. And what else do we get? We could buy shields. We could go ahead and sell the titanium casing. Still goes for 25. We don't need too much else, though. I mean, hacking artillery, everything else is all well and good, but... Maybe this will work out a little bit here. Unfortunately, we are not going to have... Well, we may still have a clean exit. We're definitely not going to the asteroid field, though. And I could have healed Leon again, and I didn't. So, good start here. Approach the dock of the ship with the attempt to rescue. And 1 damage to your hull. We get 8 scrap. Most of the ship's crew suffer terminal radiation burns with the ones you manage to save. Gratefully, you'll drop them off at the next station. So, of course, we're on fire. Why wouldn't we be on fire right now? Okay. Let's go ahead and heal up, I guess. Try to, at least. We can't cloak out of the Sunfire, so that's a start. Fortunately, we have level 4 engines. Unfortunately, our crew is not doing so bad. Alright, so let's go ahead and get you healed. As soon as the scanners are up, we can get those healed up too. And we should be able to get out of here at least before one solar flare. It's going to be really close though. Jump. Jump to here. Let's go. Let's go. Did we get set on fire? No, it doesn't look like it. So it leads to a remarkable binary star. The view is beautiful, but there's nothing else around. Let's socialize with the crew. And let's look at the human crew who complains about their personal terminals broken again. Alright, well, while we do this, we may as well just heal up. Yeah, it's interesting. It's like you're not playing as the pilot. You're playing as the El Capitano of the whole shebang. So you don't actually have something in there. So let's just see what we can get. What kind of trouble can we get ourselves into next? We are not going to be spending anything on scrap. I could potentially upgrade my stealth by 1. That's not a terrible idea. We do have +1 reactor power, so we're pretty decent there. Looks like to not go through another asteroid field, we have to go this way. So that's a little unfortunate, but hey, another ship encounter is always nice. Finally, after months of waiting, someone has fallen into our trap. Now we could offer surrender here, but why? So they have a bunch of tiny little weapons that they can fire on us at any point. Let's see. It looks like it has... I hope it's not a laser beam. That would be really annoying. But we can, fortunately, get, what, 4 damage? 3 damage. So that'll be good. So let's wait for these. Okay, let's wait for both of them to miss, apparently. Okay. So hull beam's not going to do a lot. But that did a lot. Okay, so weapon not even online anymore. And look, your mantis arms are going to be really good at repairing, apparently. Alright, 5 fuel, 7 scrap. Very good surrender. And you open airlocks and receive the supplies aboard. Your opponent is glad to be alive. Now we can open fire at the defeated opponent, or we can honor your truce and let them leave. Now, I've come to realize that if you shoot up things after you make a truce, that can get you in a lot of trouble with your crew, so that's not always a good idea. But then we have things like this where the text options are around the same. But once again, we have different ship loadouts here. I could try and take down their shields. That's probably better if I go for the extra hull damage. So let's go ahead and fire here. And let's fire down here. Oh wow, this hull beam actually breaches. Possible effect breach. I guess that's why I didn't see that before. Okay, got a miss on there. That's good. And let's see what else we can get right here. That's pretty nice. Now, we're just going to have to play it a little bit more touch and go here because we don't have the ability to do system damage with the burst scatterer. But let's hear. You receive a hail from a station orbiting nearby planet. Captain, we are Federation Terraforming Team C12 are in need of assistance. Do you have some time? We can offer assistance. And thank you. We're scanning this planet for life before we can begin terraforming, but our sensors can't get the necessary power. We're scheduled to keep a... Can you help? And we have advanced scanners, so we get oxygen upgraded by 1, which is nice. Station scientists have a unique talent for life support, so they upgrade your oxygen. Thank you. Pretty good. Now, if we go over here, we should still be able to make the exit just fine. I am going to go ahead and upgrade this to level 2, just so we have the second set of... So the second point of cloak can make a world of difference, especially when we don't have shields. So let's intervene and defend the outpost. What in the hell? Okay, well, we're going to have to deal with it, so we'll get our cloak engaged in good time. Don't really like that ion weapon there, but what can you do? I mean, I know what we can do. We can fire on it. Well, hey, no system damage, but we just blew up the ship. Wow, you know what? I just screwed up. We got an ion field, which is fantastic. I could have destroyed a ship from full health during a single cloak in the stealth cruiser, and I didn't take that opportunity. What a waste for the sneaker. But ion field. Disrupt enemy shield systems and permanently depletes 1 shield bubble. 3 power cooldown augment. Now, how do we activate the ion field is what I want to know here. That's interesting. So disrupt the enemy shield system, 3 power combat augment. Maybe when we get into a fight, we'll have a text option for it. Still could be very good, especially for our current loadout, so we'll hold on to it. And we can aid the civilian ship, and we can weaken the enemy shields as well. What does that do to our power supply? It makes us mostly sitting ducks. Let's try it anyway. There we go. That should soften them up a bit. Now we don't have to worry about... we can still use the burst scatterer here because it can do hull damage. We can try and micromanage a little bit too, because that beam is going to be nasty if we don't take care of it now, though. This doesn't do system damage. It just does normal damage, so we're going to have to watch it. Let's go ahead and just fire on here. I don't think I can take this out. We'll see if this works. Alright, during the fighting, your ships get dangerously close to the system's sun. Your opponent is taking considerable damage, but seems to still direct course for the star. Are they trying to escape, or do they want to lure you into the danger zone? Let's... you know, I'm feeling adventurous. Let's go after him. You order a crew to brace for flare impacts and follow the ship into the corona. So they're just trying to get away, those sneaky, sneaky fellows. And their laser beam is still going to pew-pew me in just a second, which is unfortunate because it hit my engines, but I guess I can deal with that. Fortunately, we can't take them out right now. 6 damage. That's one way to do it. And let's get the hell out of Dodge. Alright, so 1-1-15, contact the civilian ship, and we got 5 hull repair. Awesome. So that's interesting that for any combat we're going to now be able to possibly pop off a unit of shield, and we'll be able to see the other ship ahead of time. So that's really nice. What is this? A video where we get out of Sector 1. Oh, that's 2 times in a row. So Outlaws, Turf, or the Peaceful Front, which is a hostile sector. So I don't know about that. Let's go to the Peaceful Front. Seems like it's totally not peaceful. So while we are flying away, this is what you can do. Basic engines. Travel to the next sector only using emergency fuel. Travel standard FTL speed. Use the usual amount of fuel. Or travel fuel speed in order to travel full speed. Let's do 2. And while we're here, we can consider your upgrades to the ship's equipment. Find a way to detect more power of your active augments. Internal generator or sector scanner. Just socialize for a little bit. Your own crew enjoys the replicator coffee. Okay. 2 stores right away, so that is fairly exciting, and maybe we can get some good beacons here as well. Yeah, nice start. We have some consumer goods we might be able to sell to. So this is the Peaceful Front. Nothing bad could happen here. That's for sure. So Trade Hub orbits the Rebel Control Plant. Propaganda is constantly broadcast on those channels. No rebel ships are detecting the system, so you decide to search for a gray market trader. So we could sell consumer goods for 35 scrap. You have a makes up stuff ago. The trader asks you about the ship you employ. He seems suspicious, so agrees to pay for some scrap in advance. You better unload the cargo, and the fleet pursuit is doubled. Please cooperate until the trade goes to shop now. Otherwise, you'll disturb the balance of the universe. Alright. Now, I kind of missed what that just said. So I think that means the consumer goods, since they were gotten rid of, I'm supposed to ditch them. Let me actually stop the video and double check what that text thing said, because I want to make sure that I don't just destroy everything in the world and break my save here. So I hate doing this, but I gotta stop. And we're back after a longer than expected break or absence here, and I ended up rereading what I recorded before, and yes, it did say actually sell this. So that's what I did. Still, the ion field's pretty cool, and for those of you who may have missed the beginning of the episode somehow, since this is one video, it's the sneaker, and we are still here. There's another store over this way, and we have our long-range scanners that tell us, hey, look, there's a ship here, so we may be able to get 2 encounters. We just don't want to be in a situation that we kind of already are in, where we're increasing the likelihood of getting caught by the rebel fleet. So let's approach the station. We don't need to weaken their lack of shields. So that is a start. All we do need to do is to just... well, we need to use the hull beam here to try and take out their weapons. Fortunately, these lasers will fire kinda at the same time. I can cloak through one and probably get the other in time. So let's see, everybody. How long can I hold out? There we go. Gonna get 3 shots of burst laser, so that didn't work out very well. Unless, of course, I can take out the thing right now. There we go. Did I do enough damage during one cloak to get the achievement? Nope. Attempt to manually hack into the station, and we delayed the fleet by 1 jump. Hooray! We win. We're saving our scrap for the next store, though. So let's see what is in the peaceful front. And you jump leads to a remarkable binary star system. The view is beautiful, but there's nothing else around. As you wait for the FTL charge, you suddenly feel a cold barrel of a blaster gun pressed against your neck. Sorry, Captain. I was spying for the rebels all along, and I have already informed the fleet of your position. A patrol ship is on its way. Treason. So you can do security alert or remind your crew member about what you've been through together. You assure the crew member that you respect them regardless of whether their allegiance lay forward. This does not have to end in bloodshed. Froze that they can still be part of your crew. The rebel spy is surprised. They stop to think for a second. Continue. You don't understand anything. The rebel fleet will bring prosperity and peace for everyone. For the rebellion, they fire a few unaimed shots and jump to the lift. The hangar doors have opened. The traitor escapes in one of your shuttles. As promised, the rebel ship jumps in. Leon is gone. Uh-oh. Rebel fleet pursuit doubled for 1 jump. So that's interesting. RNG kicking me in the teeth. Let's go ahead and lower their shields by 1. And it's our engine guy that's gone. That sucks just a little bit. We can micromanage our weapons and hopefully be okay. They are going to be transporting on here before long, so that is not fantastic. And I don't think I can get to the doors in time. So let's see. I should have upgraded my doors by now that I know that this is a thing. Alright, let's just go ahead and get all these vented. I guess I'll have you waiting in this room. I guess I'll open all these doors too. What's the point, right? All I want to do is just funnel them into the right room here. So we'll see. If they take out my doors first, I will be partially sad, but since we're paused, let's go ahead and aim our shot appropriately here. So burst scatter, which once again does no system damage. All it's going to do is try and poke through the shields for us, and then... Oh, we're so close. Not close enough, though. Let's take out weapons. I mean, I could probably do more damage to the ship, but I need to take out the weapons first. Breach on there, which is nice. Actually completely failed to... Oh, good. Thank you for putting a fire in the room that already has no air. Actually failed to cloak, too, which is pretty awesome. So we'll see how that works out for us here in just a moment. And what do we got? So more damage. Didn't even turn on the medbay this whole time, derp. And we got another airless room that's getting fired on here. So now we're just going to go back to trying to take you out. Alright. Now where can we do the most damage? This is probably as close as we're going to get. Alright. Pretty good on our end at least. Should be able to cloak out of the next thing. Are they going to be boarding us is what I want to know. Because it doesn't look like they have a med bay. Of course we're down to 2 crew, so that's awesome. Let's go ahead and might as well cloak. Didn't matter very much. And we can take out their ship right now, probably before they transport. Can only hope. There we go. Because they can't transport onto a cloaked ship. That's right. So the ship breaks apart. You move and salvage what remains. Your ex-crewmen surely died with their rebel friends. So look at just a random event where I don't know if taking them into security would have done any better or not. But hey, man, remember the good times. Let's go and go to the store, because now we have... At least the rebel fleet didn't overtake the store, so that's a start. Alright, trade ship sells goods. Security is lacking. They don't even check ship identification here. And we're not going to buy some confiscated goods because the rebel fleet's right here. Let's check the available ship equipment. We have new crew. We may want to NG. We can buy shields. Is it time to buy shields is what I want to know. I think the answer might be we may not have a much better opportunity before now. I mean, another crew member is going to be really nice, but I think for this kind of run with the bad RNG we just had, I think shields are just going to have to happen. Let's go ahead and upgrade our doors. We can't do that right now. Let's prioritize upgrading our doors next, but at least we do have a few shields available. So that's not terrible. Distress beacon. And we'll just see how far we can make it before the rebel fleet eventually decides to slap us. No, I didn't buy extra fuel. A little bit of a calculated risk. And could you lead us to our destination? Get 14 scrap and a quest marker. That is really, really too far away. And that is too bad. Planetside anti-ship batteries. No, thank you. So with that extra rebel fleet pursuit, maybe going through the nebula sectors is going to be what we need. I don't know. So there's not much here. Let's socialize with the crew. Have a word with your human crew. He's prejudiced against the slugs. Oh, so racist. Or she's so racist. Alright. Level 2 doors. Especially since there's much fewer people here now. So nebula with a ship. Decent start, I guess. Alright. So what I like to see, I was just saying fuel was pretty bad. And now fuel's a little bit better. Unfortunately, okay, we've seen how terrible things can get if we let the rebel fleet overtake us. So we're going to have to be very careful and calculated going for these last jumps here. So level 2 shields. He has some beams. And we can take down one shield. We kind of have to. Well, we don't really have to, but the hull beam is not going to be nearly as strong. So let's do that. Alright, so we do have our pilot mind controlled. That's cute. Shall see how long that lasts. We're gonna have to micromanage some of the stuff like crazy. Oh god. It's that thing again. This may have been a bad move. Alright, so we want our... Okay. We're just gonna have to get the fuck out of here, aren't we? This is a terrible fight. And this hull beam has no shield piercing of any kind. Alright, so my control's off. That's the good news. The bad news is that we're getting plinked away bit by bit. And I thought things were starting so well on this ship, but that does not seem to be the case now. So let's go ahead. Yeah, I know y'all love it when I get rid of the air here, and I guess I should have just had my shields up this whole time, because that thing cannot poke through shields. But we are getting mind controlled again, which means the pilot is just going to have to get beaten down a little more. Let's see here. If I can keep my shields up, does that mean we can actually kill this thing? I mean, I'm only going to have to dedicate one power to the burst scatter once it gets repaired at some point in the distant future. Alright. Let's put you both in here. Why not? I think I can make this happen. Alright. So we just want one weapon power. Why did I bought my shields. Why did I not have them up before? Okay, so we're not going to be doing system damage right now. Let's go ahead and cloak anyway, just because we can. I should have... Oh! Okay, so since when can you, I don't know, mind control somebody through cloak? That's a little annoying. Alright, so I guess since the cloak doesn't matter very much, let's go ahead and try, and we can't do system damage. We can start working on some hull damage here. Alright. Okay, so he got one last shot in. Alright. Let's go ahead and cloak again here. Wow, that actually was a little frightening. Alright, so where are we going to get our power from? We're going to get our power from here and here. We're going to need our pilot back on here. Since you're going to get mind controlled again in a minute anyway. Right. No, it's our weapons person this time. Like I said, we don't need power to the engines because we already have stuff going on, but Let's just go ahead and try to take out the mind control. Maybe I could have damaged all 3 systems. I don't know. Okay. Everybody med up. Okay, we don't need all that. In fact, we're going to need some life support here in just a minute. So, this is a fun fight. Depends on your definition of fun, but it's a fun fight. Alright. Mind control, no longer a thing. Like I said, why did I not have my shield up before? That was pretty ridiculously bad play. But we can take this guy out. I mean, it doesn't even have a piloting system. There we go. Ship down, syntax error. We need to put some power in our engines, which we also need to repair. Well, that was fun. I mean, we're not out of the sector yet. But yeah, losing 1 crew to just an event like, oh, by the way, mutiny. Definitely the kind of thing that you see in a total conversion mod and would probably get the axe for an actual developer released game, because little events like that that instantly kill you are very rogue-ish, like Rogue the original game, but not, it's the kind of thing that'll piss people off tremendously. So if I go to the quest marker here, and then I jump back, and I go over, so it's 1, and then probably another full jump, and then 1. We should be able to hit the exit okay. Well, we are not going to, and I'm going to take this risk because this run's already in a little bit of dire straits. That's weird to say with shields, but I got a reactor upgrade, which is fantastic. Alright, so did I just miscalculate the rebel pursuit? I didn't. I did. Alright, now that we know that the rebel fleet is coming to get us pretty damn hard, all we're going to try and do is cloak and escape. We'll see if this is the end of the run. Like I said, I knew this was a risk going in. I should have repaired my doors, so must survive long enough. Look at this big thing, drone rover. I could try and lower its shields, but I need all... Okay, I need you to... I guess it doesn't really matter if my weapons are hacked and stuff, and my person's already getting stunned. Okay, I have 1 level of shields. Probably better that I cloak now, though. Because fortunately, I charge this really, really, really fast. That's a really long cloak. Or that's a really long hack. Alright, so 2 shots. Of course 1 hits. We're only at 25% evade. But if I can just not have my engines taken out, we should be able to escape this alright. As long as my pilot doesn't get mind controlled here in just a second. Or my stuff gets taken out. Or anything of that nature. Alright, so 60% dodge chance. Not very good versus this AI, but we're not firing any weapons, so we should be able to get out of here. Considering the risk that I took, and we got 1 reactor power, definitely not worth it. But we can go to the borders of Laken or evacuation encrypted. I think I'm going to go to Laken because I'm curious. I don't know what any of these things mean right now, but we are just going to go on emergency fuel. Fleet pursuit doubled for 2 jumps. That's fun. Have a word and they think piracy is bad. Well, you're probably right. Piracy is bad. But I'll tell you what's worse. What's worse is being on a ship. What was it someone said in the comments? You wouldn't want to be on my crew in FTL because you don't get to do things like breathing. Yeah, you're probably right. That's probably not a great idea. But hey, you know, we're pretty much at time for this video. We did make it all the way to Sector 3 somehow. I'm not 100% sure how much further we'll get. But that's it for now. This is Asher with more FTL Captain's Edition. It's different, that's for sure. We'll see kind of how it gets in the late game, because right now, first off, I'm dumb and didn't finish that door repair. But yeah, the RNG has not been super kind to me, but it hasn't been super awful either. Other than, I don't know, having one of my crew members do that whole leaving thing. But hey, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.